Welcome to the My Mystery UFO training video. In this video we'll be teaching you how to show off this amazing flying toy in no time at all. We'll take a look at how to launch your first flight, some basic and advanced tricks, as well as pointing out some hints and tips along the way. To show you the magic behind the My Mystery UFO, we've got Juan Carlos, our master flyer and UFO expert. My Mystery UFO has no batteries, no remote control, doesn't use static electricity and is completely silent. So how on earth does it work? The secret to My Mystery UFO is in these UFO coils. A UFO coil consists of two pieces of putty at each end of a few strands of nearly invisible thread. This thread is 5 times stronger than steel of the same weight and is key to the secret of the UFO. The thread comes coiled around a drum and you get 8 coils with each UFO. Each set comes with a thicker practice thread, so you don't have to worry about breaking the thinner, delicate threads, and you can clearly see it while you practice. This is the thread we'll be using to show you how to start your first flight. To remove the thread, all you have to do is take off the top piece of putty, turn the drum upside down and let it fall. Now the thread is simply hanging from the second piece of putty. Then you can just remove the second piece of putty and this will avoid getting the thread tangled.
These videos fake like fruit companies.
Take one end of the thread, feed this over your ear and stick it to the back of your ear using the putty. The other end goes through the V at the top of the UFO and sticks inside so that the string comes right out of the top of the UFO. Lean slightly forward and the UFO should now hang freely in front of you. A natural position is with the UFO hanging around belly button height. If the thread is too long, you can shorten it so that the UFO hangs higher up your body. Roll the putty up the thread, occasionally pressing the thread into the putty, which allows you to adjust the length of the thread more precisely. A couple of important things to remember are to wear a dark shirt, preferably patterned, and make sure you only use the UFO inside, away from any bright lights. This is to avoid the light catching the thread and breaking the illusion. We are deliberately demonstrating in conditions that aren't ideal, so that it allows you to see the thread and learn how to use the UFO. So, now you know how to set up the UFO, let's move on to your first flight. In order to practice spinning the UFO, you need to lean slightly forward and allow the UFO to hang. Then hold the top of the UFO between your thumb and fingers and flick your wrist to begin it spinning. When you get better at this, you'll be able to spin the UFO without letting it hang first. An advanced method is to throw the UFO like a disc across the front of your body, although this is more difficult to master. You need to make sure the UFO is spinning fast and that it isn't wobbling, as this won't look very effective when flying. It's important to remember that if you're spinning the UFO for a long time in one direction, the thread will begin to get twisted, so you'll need to spin the UFO back the other way from time to time. The basic flight is achieved by spinning the UFO and then positioning the thread in the gap formed between your thumb and forefinger. Make sure you don't grip the thread, as it needs to be able to slide freely up and down between your fingers. The most useful move to master is how to move your hand up and down the thread without making the UFO move too much. You can use your free hand below the UFO for added effect. When you move your hand away from your body, the UFO will rise, and when you bring it towards you, the UFO will descend. Remember to always catch the UFO before it begins to spin too slowly and gives away the secret. Once you've mastered the basic flight, the first trick to try is called hand-to-hand. This involves doing exactly what it describes, passing the UFO from one hand to the other. Catch the thread between your thumb and forefinger and then gently throw it across your body from one hand to the other. The final basic move is called up and over. This is where you pass the UFO up and through a loop created by your arms. Here we'll show you slowly without the UFO spinning, so you can clearly see the action. They may help you to use your thumbs to guide the thread, and the momentum should carry the UFO round. This move is very good at making people believe the UFO can't possibly be attached to a thread. When you're comfortable with the basic moves, you can move on to the advanced tricks. We'll be demonstrating these using the invisible thread, as you may find some more difficult using the practice thread.
They're not invisible, I can see.
The invisible
This video
pull.
is fake, like fruit companies, you know, fruit companies.
This is where it appears as though you're pulling the
They don't
UFO
look fresh,
down
but
and
they're
from
1 year
side to
old,
side.
like. I'm not showing the whole video.
Lift the
Hell
UFO
no.
high, and with a pulling motion of your free hand, gently